Welcome to the Business Spotlight Podcast. My name is David Beeson. I am your host for today's conversation, and my guest today is Ben Hooten, the owner of Fathom. We are going to be talking about his business, journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek of what it's really like to build and operate a business. Ben, welcome to the show, and thank you for being here today. I would love for you to give us a little bit of background of who you are and tell us a little bit about your business as well.
Sure, man. Thanks. Super excited to be here. My name is Ben Hooten. I founded Fathom AI about a little less than 6 months ago now, and based in Austin, Texas. And I'm just pumped. I'm excited to talk to you today.
Awesome. So, generally speaking, just kind of like setting the stage for the viewers and listeners, what is your like current ownership structure looking like? Are you sole founder and owner? Do you have a business partner, outside investors?
Sure. Good question. So I started the company out of my literal garage, and quickly realized that I needed, some guidance and help. And so as of today, we have three owners. So I'm the majority owner, and we have two others. And that's it. That's the only employees we have. We have about 15 AI agents that work for us that we've built. We've taken no money. We've bootstrapped everything and started it with just about $300.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's I think everyone in the audience, at least a lot of them, have bootstrapped at some point. Most of our
Yeah.
audience members are business owners as well, and there's a different level of pride that you have whenever you're like, man, it's been me against the world, and I've been able to make it so far. It's just a different pride that you can kind of get from it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think I'm a sales guy at heart, and I have like that's my corporate experience was being a sales rep, a field sales rep, and so for me, it was always just about like you didn't have a company or a product or anything if you couldn't make a buck. So
Hmm.
I tried to find someone that was open and willing and needing my product, and they did, and they bought it, and that was the first one. So that was, I don't know, I never thought about raising money first. That didn't come into my brain.
Yeah, makes sense. So before we get more into like the business itself,
Mhm.
tell us about what role you currently play in the day to day. Like, what's a day in the life of Ben right now?
Hectic. I would use that as the first adjective. My role, I'm CEO. I'm the developer. I'm coding and building things for our customers um, all day. I mean, it's a labor of love. It does not feel like a job at all compared to what I've done in the past. Probably 80, 90 plus hours, but absolutely happy to do it because it doesn't feel like a job.
Yeah, makes sense. I know that you said that you have a, that you guys have a, that you like have a family, you have two daughters and stuff. It
Mhm.
does like the amount of hours that you're working ever kind of like impact family time, or is it actually nicer because
Yes.
you get to be at home and stuff?
I mean, it's a double-edged sword. And
Yeah.
it's a double-edged sword because when I was a field sales rep, I was traveling, I was on FaceTime with my daughters, more than I was at home.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm home, it's very easy just to walk into my office, which is, in my home office, and work, but I can just shut it off when I need to, right? Like if I
Yeah.
need to go to a play, if I need to go to a sporting event, like I can do that. And it's a good balance, even though it's a ton of hours.
Yeah. My dad, I actually grew up uh being in an entrepreneurial household. My dad was an entrepreneur, owned his own business pretty much my whole life. And the one thing your daughters are gonna really appreciate as they're getting older, the thing that I appreciated is like, yeah, my dad would go work a lot of the day, but he was always at everything. He was
Yeah.
at every basketball game, he was at every football game, he was at every theater play that I did. Like he was at every single thing that I was a part of. And those are the things that kids really appreciate as they get older. It's like, oh, he was at this, he was at this, he was at
Hmm.
this. Um,
Yeah.
so
I
your
agree.
daughters
I
would
agree.
really appreciate that.
I agree. I thank you. And your son will do the same when he grows up too.
Yep, that's the hope. All right, so I am curious. So whenever it comes to what y'all have been building, what are the things that y'all are building? What is the main product line that y'all have?
So we started out building a prospecting automation tool for the aesthetic industry, and that's a mouthful.
Hmm.
But the aesthetic field sales rep, the guy or girl who is selling the laser hair removal machine, right?
Hmm.
That is a multi-billion dollar industry that is run off of spreadsheets, Google Maps, Instagram. There have been no tools made for that industry. So I did, and that's what we created. So the first product, finds all of the specific businesses in an area, scrapes all of their websites, pulls it back, and then we've trained AI models that know everything there is to know about that customer's product. So before a rep ever makes a phone call, they have an idea: is this someone I should prospect? And that has dovetailed into other what we're calling revenue infrastructure products.
Yeah.
So trying to serve the messy SMB market with AI automations that are built by salespeople and business people that you know no one wants a Lego set, and I feel like that's what everyone's like selling these days from a AI company
Yeah.
is like, here's this bag of bolts, figure it out, and if you do, it's awesome. And we do not subscribe to that at all. We're like, we're going to give you the finished product and make you wonder how all of that work got done because it happens so quick.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I agree with you on the bag of bolts thing. I think AI is great in so many ways, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it's not utilized the way it should be a lot of times by people.
I could not agree more.
They just kind of send you like, "Hey, here's what you could get, and here's the way to build it. Good luck," And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't have the time for that. I'm doing this, and this. Why would I want to take the time to figure it all out right now?
I watched a YouTube video of a San Francisco based startup who had just raised, 15 or $16 million, and they were super happy and excited. And I'm not knocking, you know, people celebrating a raise, right?
Mhm.
Or a venture fund. That's awesome. What was crazy to me was it was these graduates who had no no slight to them, but no real world experience, right? So
Yeah,
they're operating in this theory of what's possible without any boots on the ground experience. And I think that's the difference that we're approaching this is like, okay, we've lived these roles. We now can make these tools. Let's actually do that. And it's been crazy to
yeah,
see the outcome.
yeah. Getting to like make a business not only for the hope that everything is great, but also you're trying to solve a problem, which I think is awesome.
100%. Yes.
I know that we talked a little bit beforehand about exposure. Tell me kind of the exposure that y'all have been able to gather as a company so far.
It's been absolutely wild. We in April we were featured in Fortune, and the story was about how we have not taken any VC money, and how me and my two other business partners, we were all having to do with AI in some form or fashion. One of my business partners was laid off because of AI, like 9 months previously.
Mm.
And so, the revenge of the generalist was the idea. Um, and then we also got, I don't know how this happened, but the Stanford Business School of Economics reviewed 51 AI companies, and they put us in a category that was the rarest, which was making the impossible possible.
Oh,
Right.
that's
So
so cool.
like that prospector tool, a human cannot do
Hmm.
what that tool does, and it's been very surreal to say the least.
Yeah, and I know that y'all are a roughly pretty new company, 6 months you
Yeah,
said. So I am curious, like what y'all have like looked towards with like the future. So like if we fast forward a little bit, where do you see the business in 3 to 5 years, or is it still too soon to tell?
I think no one knows what's going to happen with the impact of AI, the SaaS apocalypse, all of these things. What I can tell you is our attention is not on, it's not focused on, the Fortune 500 giant enterprise company. Those are great, and we can service those. We are best suited for the super messy company arming the underdog, uh, who has had to be strapped with legacy CRMs and you can't, or legacy tools, and you can't pay the architect enough money. And like, you're in this, uh, like, just really, really bad spot. Like,
Hmm.
it's not a rock and a hard place. It's not purgatory. It's
Yeah.
like, it's worse because you can't, there are no options. So
Yeah.
like our 3 to 5 year, goal is to, at the end of this year, we want to be at, 5 million, 15 customers. We're on track to do that. Beyond that, no one knows what's going to happen. And we're
Yeah.
we're trying to solve problems for people that are trying to keep their business in the fight, and giving them the boxers chance. And it's like, it's working. Some of our customers are, I mean, they're going nuts. Their sales teams are doing insane numbers, which is saving jobs. It is, you know, not making the company make the decision on, do I lay off because of AI? No, you buy the tool to engage your team, drive revenue. You don't have to do layoffs. Like, it's super rewarding. So that's,
Yeah.
I know that was a super long-winded answer, but like, that's my hope in the future, is that we're saving people's jobs by helping them do it better.
Yeah, I love that answer. I love what you said um about like kind of helping companies not be scared of AI, but using AI and
Mm.
keeping their teams because I think we're seeing it a lot right now. I have buddies who are at companies where luckily they haven't been laid off, but they've seen whole teams at their companies completely laid off because of AI. Because the boards don't know how to address it and they're scared, so they just lay
Yeah.
off 100 people or something. And it's crazy to see. It's a crazy world to live in right now with that. But I like what y'all are wanting to do, where it's kind of like fixing that problem in a lot of ways, where
Mhm.
it's like, hey, you can use AI and still pay your staff.
It is incredible to me, the lack of understanding in a business use case of what AI can do
Hmm.
versus what people think that it will do or is going to do or should do. There is a very big gap there, and we're trying to close that gap.
Yeah, yeah. AI is one of those things that I think it is the most similar thing, like technological revolutionary wave we've had since the internet, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, with just like the amount of change that it's going to happen and how much
Mm-hmm.
it does scare people. But when used the correct way, it is amazing and it can
Right.
help any company if used appropriately. There's a couple companies that I know out here in Austin used that laid off whole teams to make just an entire AI division, and then that didn't work. So the company ended up going under because they made the wrong choice.
I haven't seen that, thankfully. I have seen people make the wrong AI decisions, left, right, upside down, because they, again, it's that bag of bolts, right?
Yeah.
They're You give them something that they're already afraid of, and then the fear is compounded by, now make it work. Oh, and don't screw it up. Your job's dependent on it. It's like, okay, like, that is just not,
Yeah.
that's not fun. It's not fun for anybody.
Yeah. So, I have a marketing background. That's what I mostly do. I do
Mhm.
video and digital marketing for companies. So I am curious, what is y'all's current like marketing strategies that y'all have implemented?
You know, we are posting on LinkedIn. We have an Instagram page that we're building. We have a
Hmm.
website, but I would say 95% of everything that's coming is either coming from, the outside attention that we've gotten, or our warm network. between me and my two business partners, we have a lot of business contacts. We have a lot of people who are struggling to figure out how to implement AI in their company. And then
Yeah.
we go, hey, we can help you. And then it
Hmm.
just, we're giving them that lifeline. And that's what we're doing. It's working.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Um, is there any types of marketing strategies that you want to implement maybe within like the second quarter or the second half of 2026?
Oh yes. Our goal is to be able to eat our own dog food for everything that we're doing as a company internally as well.
Hmm.
Right. So automated, um, looking at customers, scoring them for our products, outreach, marketing material, um, having like some sort of explanation. I'm an educator at heart. Like I've not been a real educator, but I have a passion about educating.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of what we want to do on a social aspect is like, buy our products if you want to. Like they're going to help your company. We know it. Let me help you learn. That's
Yeah.
that's what I really want to do, because I think if I can do this, anybody can do this. Because I'm not a coder. Like I'm not. I don't have
Yeah.
a. I'm not a software developer. I don't have any of that background.
Yeah, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And I gotta say, you should definitely do more video stuff, getting in front of a camera, even though if it's just your phone, because you have a great personality for the camera. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
shucks, thanks, man.
I've done a ton of these, and I've also interviewed a lot of people and stuff, and a lot of people just kind of shut down when a camera's turned on. You have like a really good personality for being on camera. You should
Oh,
definitely do more stuff like this.
thanks, David. You're very, very, very kind. Thank you, man. I'll do my best. Hopefully, this goes well, and I'll get asked to do more.
Yeah. And then I guess whenever it comes to like the team, I know you said that you have your two business partners. Do y'all have anyone else as a part of the team currently, or is it just you three?
One advisor that's an industry advisor that I've known for a long time, and that is it. That's it.
Gotcha. Do y'all have any plans to kind of expand that team in the coming months, or is it just kind of like go with the wind as y'all go right now?
My whole thing when I started this company was like me being very afraid of hiring.
Hmm.
I was not. I've heard like horror stories, right? Like just terror stories of you hire the wrong person, the whole thing gets screwed up. So I hired people that I knew very, very well. Um, when we're looking at hiring in the future, the first thing we look at is can we AI this? It's
Hmm.
just the internal question that we ask. If the answer is yes, then we build it, we test it, we see if that's sufficient. If it's not, then we go look and hire. We haven't hired yet.
Hmm.
It's and we have hundreds of sales reps and people that are using our system every single day. So we will hire when we need to.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just don't need to.
Yeah, I think that's a good mentality to have. I think a lot of people kind of jump the gun and be like, "Oh, I'm a real company. I need 6 employees," and then you end up being like, "Well, now what do they do?" You know? So it's like,
Yeah. I mean, I,
um,
I didn't think I was a real company until I got a check from somebody else. Like
yeah,
that's to me, it wasn't hiring, it wasn't getting funded. Like we sat down with VCs and said thanks, but no thanks. Like they wanted to give us a check. And I was like, it took me $300 to get this to this space. Like you give me 300,000. What, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Like
yeah.
conquer the world, right? Like that, it doesn't, I don't know. It didn't seem like the answer at the time.
Yeah, yeah, and it kind of walked me through that decision because whenever you're in a situation where you're, like given a check for like a lot of money like that, it's probably kind of hard to say no. So I'm curious, kind of walk me through why y'all made that decision.
Ultimately, it was because I truly could not. Well, two things. I want to be super transparent. I had never met with institutional money before, right? So
Hmm.
I was super new, meaning I was afraid, right?
Hmm.
I did not want to be beholden to anybody. I also didn't want to screw it up. Like I didn't, they're putting a bet on me to win, but it is a big bet, and I didn't want to
Yeah,
screw it up. So there was all of that at play. But when we're talking about things, they're like, "Oh, we need to hire for this, and we need to do that, and we'll have to do this." I'm like, that doesn't solve like what I know is the problem that we're facing. So at the end of the day, it just wasn't. I just didn't see the reason to do it. Today, I understand that you take money for networking or getting your way into a vertical. There's other business reasons beyond the check. But at the time, I just was like, you hear of all these companies, they're like, we raised 2 million seed, and they're like congratulating, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, why are we not applauding the bootstrapped guy? Like that doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense to me, other than, okay, you've been validated by other people who have more money than you.
Yeah.
Great, right? But not wasn't for me. Not how I roll.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it makes a lot of sense. And I mean, especially whenever you guys have been able to build what y'all have built with such little money, I think it's very inspiring to all the little guys out there, all the
Yeah,
people that are like, I only have a couple $1,000 to my name and I want to build this company. How do I do it? And I think y'all's story is very good to a lot of the people out there that are like that.
yeah. I mean, that's again, I think that's why Fortune picked up the story, because it was it's the revenge of the 40-year-old generalist, right?
Yeah.
Like we in our generation, we have done a lot of different things, and AI allows me to build tangible things from my experience that I know will work in a business case. And then you just show it to the person knowing they have that business case, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, how'd you know?" And you're like, "Because I've used my brain." Like I'm just,
Yeah.
it's not rocket science, but like I said, anybody can do this. Anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's awesome. Well, I think if you're ready, we'll do a couple rapid fire questions.
Let's go. I'm ready.
What's the key to success for you?
Not stopping.
Yeah, I like that. Just keep moving. It's like Nemo with the just keep swimming.
Yeah. I mean, I'll expand for like 10 more seconds on that, which is I try to figure out every day what we can win today.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
If I can win one thing today, I'm happy. And then those little wins add up to big wins.
yeah, that's awesome. I love that advice. Speaking of advice, what's your one piece of advice to other business owners?
Be humble no matter the scenario, and know when to be firm in your opinion.
Yeah. What's a good book or podcast you're reading or listening to right now?
If you have not read Oren Klaff's Flip the Script or Pitch Anything, I don't know that I could consider you a salesperson. That's just, you have to, those are two you have to read.
Yeah. Well, I know flip the script. What was the other one?
Pitch Anything.
Pitch anything. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that one
And
down.
literally changed my entire sales career. Went from, making a lot of money to a whole lot more money
Yeah,
after reading that book in the career that I was in, and it's changed everything.
cool. Yeah. I'm currently writing that one down.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I like I said, I do a lot of my own digital marketing and things like that, and learning now how to be a salesman at the same time. So I'm definitely gonna check those out.
I love Oren because he's not the charismatic, smooth, handsome, well dressed guy. He's the IQ ninja, and
Yeah,
that's what I love about it.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, this is always a fun question that I love to ask. If you had a little bit of magic dust and you could choose one spot to sprinkle it in your business and everything there would be perfect, where would it be and why?
What is this question? To stop having Claude tell me that I'm it doesn't have the permission to do the thing that I just told it to do. That's
I,
the
I
no,
love
that's
that
literally
answer.
the thing.
I love that answer because it's so true. Like Claude loves to be like, you can't do that. And I'm like, I've seen you do it before. You
Like,
can
you
do it.
literally are doing this in another session on my screen. What do you mean?
Yeah, I agree with that completely. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
Um,
the one thing.
well, before we get to our final question, you want to share with the audience how they can learn more, follow you guys, get in touch with y'all.
Yeah, fathom-ai.net. So fathom-ai.net is the website. Fathom AI Technologies on LinkedIn. Feel free to follow me. My business partners are Dan Crump and Sam Brown. Shout out to them. But that's it. I mean, please follow us on LinkedIn and check us out.
Awesome. Well, the final question is, what is most inspiring to you today?
There's two things. One is I have gone through layoffs. I have gone through the crazy pit in the stomach, financial stress. How the hell am I going to get out of this? How am I going to pay my bills? I've been there, and being in control of your financial freedom and being in business for yourself, there is no better feeling. Not being beholden to somebody else for a paycheck or whether or not you have a job. There's no going back for me from that. The second thing is watching my daughters be proud of their dad, like have a company and have it be successful, and tell their friends and their teachers. And you know I never saw that coming, but
Yeah.
that's huge, huge.
Yeah, I love both those answers. The first one with, you know, I think everyone has gone through financial struggles and financial stress, and whenever you are an entrepreneur, doesn't mean that all goes away, but at least it's all on you rather than on someone
Yes,
else. And it's like if something goes wrong, there's no one else to blame but yourself. And I would rather be in that situation a million times over than be at the will of someone else just saying you're let go. Um, so yeah, I love
100%.
that.
I There was somebody that said a quote like, don't stress over a company that would put a job ad 5 minutes after you passed away.
Yeah,
Right? It's like, that is just a company. Okay, got it. Right? I'll run my way. Right?
yeah,
I'll treat people right and pay them well and be honest in the way that you do business. And it's pretty crazy what happens when you do that.
yeah, yeah. I love that. But yeah, Ben, thank you so much for being here today. This is a great conversation. To everyone
Thanks, man.
watching this show, please save the show and come back and watch it again because Ben dropped some real insight today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we get notifications every time a new conversation drops just like this one. Thank you all for being with us. Special thanks to you, Ben, for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I will see you all in the next episode.